This program is brought to you by generous donations from the community and sponsored by Stifel Financial.
Good evening. I'm Jenna, your host for tonight's edition of Nevada County Now. To say the political scene is contentious would be an understatement. It is hard to keep up with what is fact, what is fiction, and what is just a random bizarre tweet. Regardless of what side of the aisle you're on or where your loyalties lay, the community has been strongly requesting a conversation with our representative. And it looks like that's just what we're going to get, sort of. It looks like we're not going to get to speak to Kiley, our local representative, directly, but his staff will be here to listen to the community's concerns. This is not slated to be a town hall like the community was requesting, but a sit-down in a small conference room. On Monday, March 10th at the Eric W. Rood Administrative Center from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., Congressman Kiley's staff member, James Schock, will hold office hours. Do you have something to raise with the congressman? Do you need assistance with a federal agency, such as obtaining your Social Security benefits, care at the VA or passport, or have a question or concern about a federal issue and can't make it to their Rockland office? We did hear that meeting with Mr. Schock will be on a first-come, first-served basis. Don't go away. We'll take a short sponsor break and be right back.
Thank you to Stifel Financial, proudly helping individuals pursue financial goals, businesses and organizations raise and protect capital, and communities offer a higher quality of life. To learn more, visit www.stifel.com.
Cannabis is still very much part of the everyday conversation here in Nevada County. It's just looking a bit different. On Thursday, March 20th, from 4 to 5:30 p.m., Foothills Compassionate Care will have an informative session on medical cannabis. This is a great resource to learn, share, and connect with local professionals and resources. Cannabis can help treat a variety of conditions, including chronic pain, nausea, and so much more. Melinda Ruckles, an experienced cannabis nurse and educator, as well as representatives from our two local dispensaries, Elevation 2477 and Grass Valley Provisions, will be on hand to discuss options and answer questions. This event does require registration. Follow the description in the link. Caregiving with a loved one with dementia comes with unique challenges. Sierra Nevada Memorial Hospital is presenting an Essential Tools for Caregivers educational workshop series. This free 4-part educational workshop is designed to support those caring for individuals with dementia. This takes place Fridays, March 7th, 14th, 21st, and the 28th from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at Escaton Village, Grass Valley. This workshop series will provide caregivers with essential resources and knowledge to navigate their journey with confidence. Attendees will hear from experts on topics such as self-care, community resources, elder care options, legal and financial planning, ambiguous loss, and palliative and hospice care. Caregiving is filled with daily challenges. Learn why self-care is key to successfully caring for your loved one while connecting with others who understand your journey. For additional information on this event, please visit the supportsierranevada.org website. Each year, hundreds of people in the United States die from carbon monoxide poisoning. Exposure to high levels of carbon monoxide can be fatal in minutes, while lower levels can take hours. It is a silent killer because it is an odorless and colorless gas. It's a common hazard in homes and one that is completely avoidable by simply installing a carbon monoxide detector with an audible alarm. If you experience headaches, dizziness, nausea, shortness of breath, weakness or fatigue, blurred vision, or difficulty concentrating and have gas appliances, gas heaters, or burn charcoal, kerosene, wood, or wood products, then it is imperative you also have carbon monoxide detectors located throughout your home. If exposed to carbon monoxide, move to fresh air and seek medical care immediately. Call emergency services if someone is in a coma or can't respond. Don't go away, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will be chatting about cardboard gardens.
In the heart of California's Sierra Nevada foothills, Nevada County isn't just a place to live, it's a community to thrive in. At the Nevada County Economic Resource Council, we're committed to supporting our local businesses, fostering innovation, and creating opportunities for entrepreneurs to grow. Whether you're starting a new venture or expanding an existing one, the Nevada County ERC provides the resources, guidance, and connections you need to succeed. Your success, our mission. Join us today and be a part of Nevada County's bright future. Visit ncerc.org and let's grow together.
It's that time of year when many are beginning to prep their yards for their summer gardens. We do an earlier story about weeds and the importance of keeping beneficial weeds. But there is this one weed that gardeners absolutely hate, Bermuda grass. This stuff creeps into everything. You can try killing it with herbicides or by depriving it of water and fertilizer, but one secret weapon is cardboard. Many gardeners are concerned about using cardboard in the garden, and it should be considered carefully if you're going to go this route. There's little doubt that a double layer of corrugated cardboard overlapping about 6 inches and placed over weeds that have been mowed, then covered with compost, good organic soil, organic matter, or mulch is an excellent way to get rid of weeds. But there is the question of introducing chemicals into the garden. Research has shown that chemicals used in brown corrugated cardboard ink, glue, and coatings are benign in the garden. This again is only for brown cardboard boxes. White or colored boxes will introduce undesirable chemicals into the soil. Also, shiny boxes, which has an indication of a plastic coating, must not be used. Make sure to remove all tape, labels, and staples. Don't have enough cardboard to cover your entire garden? You could also use newspaper or paper bags. Newspapers must be black and white ink only, and paper bags must be brown, and any ink on them should only be black. So the next time you're fighting with that horrible Bermuda grass, consider putting down a good old layer of cardboard. It will biodegrade and save your back. Don't go away, we will be right back with a very special guest.
One of our goals as an agency is to bring that awareness that in our community there's still needs out there for firewood, especially in the senior population, and that as together as a community, we can meet that need.
Each year gets a little harder and a little harder, but just seeing this, I feel like one of the lucky ones.
Our guest tonight has been part of the theater scene in Nevada County for a very long time. She is an author, singer-songwriter, and helps run the community of writers. And also a bit of comedian talking to her, which I believe the community of writers is celebrating their 50th year. There is not much this woman can't do. Please help me welcome Sands Hall. Sands, thanks so much for coming down.
Thank you, Jenna, so much.
I'm so excited to talk to you. Yeah, talking to you, there's not much you don't do.
Well, there's lots I don't do. But...
Actor, singer-songwriter, author, what do we...
It's true. I do all of those things, and I really love it. Yeah, the theater thing's really great. I direct, I'm a playwright, and then I'm also, yes, indeed, a singer-songwriter, and I'm also an author and a teacher. That's really what it is.
I heard you had a couple of plays this last coming year.
Yes, I got to direct 2 really cool plays. One was part of an evening called The Shorts, although there's a playwright named Teresa Rebeck who's known for writing short plays, but I directed one that was full length called What We're Up Against, which was a beautiful exploration of sexual politics in the workplace. A lot of women came to that saying, I know I'm supposed to be funny, but it's way too resonant of my own experience. And then over Christmas with Legacy, that was with Sierra Stages, and with Legacy Productions, I was lucky enough to direct a wonderful adaptation of It's a Wonderful Life that was designed to be a live radio play. And that was really a delight. And that was held at the Nevada Theater, which is such a gorgeous place to produce things in.
Wow, you've been really busy then this past year. Let's talk about this upcoming event, the Sierra Writers Conference 2025.
Yeah. This is the Sierra Writers Conference. This is the Sierra Writers' 10th year. And they have, over the years, just developed to be able to have the most extraordinary people come be a special guest. Last year it was Obie Kaufman. The year before it was sci-fi writer Kim Stanley Robinson. And this year the special guest is Amy Tan, who most of your listeners will know of as the author of, amongst other things, but most famously, The Joy Luck Club. And she has recently written a book which is called The Backyard Bird Chronicles. And during the pandemic, she'd always wanted to sketch and draw, and she has obviously a lot of talent there. And she began to keep a nature journal of the birds in her backyard, and then she went on, bird walks with people in the know, and she began to draw, and she writes these charming little pieces of information on the stuff that she draws, and then she wrote a book that with some of these drawings in it, in which she explains how this unfolded. And she is so smart.
I always wondered what those birds do in the backyard.
Oh, and she has all the answers for you. Yeah, she buys
awesome.
something like 10,000 mealworms, every few weeks because the birds love them.
Just feeding the birds.
Yeah, that's a really fun thing. And then I'm honored to be able this year to be keynote speaker. I'll speak at 8:30 on Saturday morning. Amy's going to talk at 2. I'm going to actually be in conversation with her. Very much looking forward to this. I'll ask her questions and show some of the pictures.
Oopsie-daisies.
And some of the images that she's drawn, and we'll talk together. But at 8:30, I'll be speaking. I love this year's theme is ecosystems.
Ooh,
and
something we're all passionate about right now, especially in this county.
Especially in this county. Yeah. And one of the things I've found out is an ecosystem can be something like a forest or a desert or tundra or beach, but it's also a wonderful metaphor for anything in which a system takes place. So here at the Media Center, you are kind of this ecosystem. An ecosystem has living things and non-living things in it, and they interact. So there's all this interconnection, which is a fantastic metaphor to be exploring for my keynote on Saturday.
That's amazing. Yeah, that sounds like that's really interesting stuff. Is this open to the community? Anybody can come?
Anyone can come. I think tickets are getting pretty tight now because Amy Tan is such. But you can go to, it's sierrawritersconference.wordpress.com, I think. Anyway, if you Google Sierra Writers Conference, you'll get it. And that is not to be confused with the Community of Writers, which is a group that my parents actually founded, over 50 years ago.
Of course.
And we actually have a pretty important deadline coming up on March 10th. By March 10th, you can submit. We have both memoir and nonfiction, as well as fiction programs, and a poetry program. And you can find all kinds of information out about that at Sierra Writers.
Something for every writer, poetry, fiction,
communityofwriters.org. And that is an incredible conference. Been going for many, many years. It's very well known and a really big deal. So 2 fun things for the writers in the community.
Oh man, that is a lot of fun stuff coming on. So future writers now, check out the Sierra Writers Conference.
And I have one more thing to say too.
Of course. Are you a firefighter too?
I am. No.
Do you have to go to your?
I have to do ring. Yes.
Yeah. Do you have to? check out. Put your cape back on.
This is the Sierra Poetry Festival, and it's on April 12th. That's this month is Women's History Month. Next month is National Poetry Month, and so we hold every year. I'm part of the planning committee on this. And we have fantastic poets and workshops and pop-ups going on all month long, starting late March and going all through April. And all of that's available on a great website, sierrapoetryfestival.org.
A lot of websites to check out for this community. Yeah, a lot of opportunities to get out there. Oh, man. Anything special that inspired you as a, young adult or a child to, do all these things, be a writer, and what was your inspiration?
I love that,
Tell
Jenna.
us.
Thank you. Well, I think I was fortunate to have parents who were very into the arts. So they were very encouraging in that direction, and I think that made a big difference. My father played all kinds of music on a good old stereo, and from Lead Belly to opera to Joan Baez to Terry Riley in C, all kinds of fabulous things. And I think there was just early on a great appreciation for words. I'll actually confess a little obsession I had as a child, which was homonyms. If I heard a word that sounded the same but was spelled differently and they meant two different things, I had this little 3-hole punch piece of thing I'd made myself, alphabetical order, I tied with a piece of yarn, and I would run back to my room and write down the homonym, Yeah, that key, Q-U-A-Y, and key-E-Y, I would just have these incredible moments of, whoa. So I think words were just always really, really interesting to me, and that's where I've spent my life. I love to be a songwriter, work in words. I have a couple of albums out. I love to work as a director, of course. You're listening to words and how actors say them, which I find an incredibly engrossing thing to do. As a playwright also, and also, of course, as a writer and a teacher. So I think amongst the things that might be interesting is I have a play that has been performed several times in the community and elsewhere called Fair Use, and it is about, some of your listeners will know about this scandal already, but the very famous Pulitzer Prize-winning novelist Wallace Stegner, in his Pulitzer Prize-winning novel Angle of Repose, actually plagiarized huge chunks of text written by a local, speaking of local history month, a local writer named Mary Halleck Foote, who she and her husband used to live at the North Star house that was built for them actually by a friend of theirs, James D. Haig. And that is a fascinating story. I'll be talking about that in, I think, September out at the North Star House, if anybody's interested. And also, if you go, more websites, if you go to Alta Magazine, there's a magazine called Alta Journal, and look up Sands Hall and Wallace Stegner, you can read a very cool essay about it.
I'm definitely going to have to check that out.
It is something
I'm
going
to be researching you for a long time because you do so much. I'll never get it done.
It's all words.
And obviously, your love of words has, it's been you've been successful with them.
Thank you.
I thank you so much for coming down and talking to us. Jenna. And I can't wait to hear your stuff. I'm going to check out this conference. Don't forget, Sierra Writers Conference, February 27th to March 8th. But get your tickets.
March 8th is a big day. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, folks, thank you for watching this edition of Nevada County Now. If you would like to help contribute, write stories, appear on a show, or even become a host, please check out the details on our website at nevadacountymedia.org/NCN. This program is local news and information brought to you by locals. Remember to stay safe, take care of each other, and get out there and explore all this community has to offer.